Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jason Snyder, and I'm truly excited to welcome you to this breakout session on Agile and Gen AI, transforming how you work. Today, we're going to explore how these two powerful forces are not only shaping the future of work, but are also transforming how teams collaborate, innovate, and deliver value in the tech world. We all know that the nature of work has changed dramatically in the last few years. The pace of innovation, the rapidly changing needs of users, and the necessity to adapt quickly have put a tremendous amount of pressure on teams to perform at their best. This is where Agile comes in. Agile frameworks such as Scrum and Kanban have been instrumental in allowing teams to remain flexible, deliver value continuously, and continuously adjust to change. These methodologies are focused on breaking down work into manageable increments, allowing teams to pivot when needed. But what if I told you that there was a way to supercharge these frameworks? With the emergence of Gen AI, we are not just making our workflows more efficient, we're completely reimagining how we work. Gen AI just doesn't help us do things faster, but it empowers us to think differently and to approach problems with a whole new level of precision and creativity. During this session, we'll discuss the synergy between Agile and Gen AI. We'll explore how these two concepts can work hand in hand to unlock innovation, continuously lead to continuous improvement, and help us to pivot quickly when things change. Gen AI fits into this framework perfectly by automating many of the routine, time-consuming tasks. Things like drafting user stories, writing documentation, generating test cases, or even helping with backlog management. This frees up the team to focus on higher level problem solving and creative tasks that actually move the needle. No, I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. Let me go back. Let's go ahead and start with defining what generative AI is. You've probably heard of Gen AI as a tool that can be used for predictions, analysis, or recommendations based on data. However, Gen AI is a bit different. Instead of just analyzing data, it generates new content based on the patterns that it has learned from vast data sets. This could be anything from code to images. Consider a tool like GitHub Copilot. It helps developers write code by suggesting new lines or new functions which they can use based on what they are working on. Or take Adobe Firefly, which helps designers create high-level visuals just by inputting simple text prompts. These tools go beyond automation. They help us generate something new, something that we might not have thought of on our own. So why should Agile teams care about this? Agile, at its core, is about delivering value in short, iterative cycles. It's about collaborating, continuously improving, and being able to pivot quickly when things change. Gen AI fits into this framework perfectly by automating many of the routine, time-consuming tasks. Things like drafting user stories, writing documentation, generating test cases, or even helping with backlog refinement. This frees up the team to focus on higher-level problem solving and creative tasks that actually move the needle. In a nutshell, Gen AI helps Agile teams do more with less. Less manual work, less time spent on repetitive tasks, and more time focused on creativity and strategy. That's what makes this combination of Gen AI and Agile so powerful. Now that we have a clearer understanding of what Gen AI is, let's dive into the specific benefits of combining it with Agile. These two methodologies, when integrated, create a whole new way of working that enhances efficiency, creativity, and strategic focus. Let's start with efficiency. Let's start with efficiency. Agile teams often find themselves bogged down by repetitive tasks, things like managing the backlog, writing user stories, or generating test cases. Gen AI steps in here, automating much of this routine work. Imagine freeing up hours every sprint because AI is handling writing your documentation or writing your user stories for you. That's time that your team can now use for more critical work, like brainstorming new features or refining complex code. This is just not about speeding things up. It's about allowing your team to focus on the work that actually matters, the work that drives real value. Beyond efficiency, Gen AI also fuels creativity. With AI processing huge data sets and identifying patterns, teams are able to come up with ideas that they might not have thought of on their own. Think about it. AI can analyze user feedback, market trends, and even historical data to suggest new features or innovative solutions. It's like having an extra set of eyes, albeit a very smart set of eyes, on the problem at hand. This doesn't replace human creativity, but it amplifies it, providing new insights and ideas that spark more dynamic problem-solving sessions. Lastly, let's consider the strategic benefits. With Gen AI taking care of the routine work, teams can now spend more time focused on long-term goals. Product owners can dedicate more energy to refining the product vision, aligning it with broader business strategies, and ensuring that each sprint moves you closer to those big picture goals. Developers, on the other hand, can spend more time solving complex technical challenges instead of getting bogged down by repetitive coding tasks. The strategic focus that Gen AI enables allows teams to be more forward-looking and ensures that their efforts are consistently aligned with the company's larger objectives. Let's now take a look at how Gen AI assists in agile planning, which we all know is essential for setting up a successful sprint. For starters, user story creation is often a time-consuming part of sprint planning. Product owners and Scrum Masters spend hours writing and drafting user stories, ensuring that they're clear, concise, and actionable. But with tools like Jira's AI Assistant, you can generate draft user stories based on high-level project goals or customer feedback. This doesn't mean that AI is doing the job for you. Rather, it gives you a foundation to work with, allowing the team to focus on refining and prioritizing those stories instead of starting from scratch. Once the user stories are refined, the next major step is backlog prioritization. With limited time and resources, deciding what to tackle first is critical. Prioritization can be complex, especially when there are conflicting priorities or multiple stakeholders involved. This is where AI becomes an asset. By analyzing data from previous sprints, customer preferences, and current market trends, AI can make informed recommendations on which items in the backlog will deliver the most value. This ensures that the team is always focused on the task at hand, or on the tasks that provide the greatest impact, enabling product owners to make decisions based on real-time data, rather than always relying on their gut. With AI's help, the team can move forward with confidence, knowing that they are working on the right things at the right time. So after we determine the top priorities, the next step is understanding the team's capacity to execute those priorities. It's not always just about identifying the tasks, but it's about determining whether your team has the capacity to complete them effectively. I'm sure we've all run into issues where we're in the middle of a sprint and we find out that our team is overcommitted or has been underutilized. However, Gen AI can help with this by analyzing historical performance data, team velocity, and task complexity to provide a more accurate forecast of what a team can realistically achieve in the upcoming sprint. This removes the guesswork of capacity planning and allows the team to set achievable goals that won't lead to burnout or lost time. Finally, no sprint is complete without identifying the potential risks. Even with the best planning and prioritization, unforeseen challenges can emerge if dependencies, risks, or blockers aren't addressed early. AI tools can analyze project requirements and flag any potential issues before the sprint even begins. This gives teams a proactive advantage, allowing them to mitigate risks and make necessary adjustments ahead of time, rather than reacting to issues once they arise. By catching these obstacles early, teams can maintain focus and keep the sprint running smoothly, ensuring the best possible chances for success. By incorporating AI into each stage of sprint planning, from user story creation to risk identification, teams can work more efficiently, make smarter decisions, and ultimately deliver more value. The goal is to streamline processes, reduce manual effort, and enable teams to focus on high-impact work, all while ensuring that potential risks are accounted for before they can cause disruption. This balance of efficiency and foresight is what makes AI such a valuable tool in modern Agile workflows. So now that we've discussed how Agile can help with the planning process, let's now look at how it can help with development. One of the areas where AI truly excels is in code refactoring. For those who are unaware, code refactoring is the process of restructuring existing code without changing its functionality. It's essential for maintaining a clean, efficient code base, but it also can be time-consuming. However, GenAI tools such as Deep Code can help developers automatically identify areas for optimization. The AI can suggest in real time, can suggest improvements in real time, reducing complexity, improving performance, and also catching potential bugs. This allows developers to focus on the critical aspects of the problem, like solving complex architectural problems and not getting bogged down by routine refactoring work. Another aspect of development that's very important is debugging. As we all know, debugging can often take up a significant portion of a sprint, especially if it's discovered in the later stages of development. AI can assist with this, though, by continuously monitoring the code base and scanning for any vulnerabilities or inefficiencies as the code is being written. This proactive approach helps teams catch potential issues early, while also minimizing downtime and ensuring the sprints stay on track. Lastly, let's talk about how it helps with deployment. AI-powered tools automate deployment processes and ensure the code moves smoothly from development to production. It helps monitor system health in real time while flagging anomalies or potential issues before they become critical. That way, if something even does go wrong, AI is able to roll back the changes and ensure that the system remains stable and operational. Now let's shift our focus to one of the most critical components of Agile, team collaboration. Agile is, at its heart, about how well teams can work together, adapt, and continuously improve. Effective communication is what makes Agile teams successful, and generative AI can play a key role in making this collaboration smoother, more efficient, and ultimately more impactful. Let's start with something as simple as meeting support. Agile teams meet frequently, whether it's for DSUs, sprint planning, or backlog refinement. And it can sometimes be challenging to capture every action item or decision. This is where AI can step in. Tools like Otter.ai can automatically record and transcribe meetings, capturing key takeaways, decisions, and action items without anyone needing to be distracted by note-taking. The AI-generated notes can then be shared with the team immediately after the meeting, ensuring that everyone is aligned and clear on next steps. This may sound like a small detail, but it eliminates potential gaps in communication and helps the team stay on track. Another powerful use of GenAI in team collaboration is real-time progress tracking. As Agile teams move through their sprints, staying updated on task progress and potential risks is crucial. AI-powered tools like Trello's Butler can monitor the progress of tasks automatically. For example, if a task is falling behind schedule or a team member has too many items on their plate, the AI can flag this issue and notify the Scrum Master or product owner. This proactive monitoring allows the team to make adjustments in real time, reallocating resources or shifting priorities before a small issue turns into a larger problem. GenAI also helps teams with knowledge sharing. Imagine how much time your team spends looking for previous documentation, past sprint reports, or issues learned from earlier projects. AI can help here by automatically indexing and categorizing your project history, making it easy for teams to retrieve the relevant insights quickly. This capability is particularly helpful when onboarding new team members or working across multiple projects simultaneously. By surfacing past knowledge efficiently, AI ensures that teams don't waste time reinventing the wheel and can build on the learnings from previous sprints. One of the most powerful contributions of AI to team collaboration is its ability to assist with risk identification. AI tools can analyze sprint data, past performance, and even external factors to highlight risks that the team might not have seen coming. Whether it's a dependency that hasn't been resolved or a pattern of delays in certain types of tasks, AI can surface potential risks early. This early identification allows teams to mitigate risks proactively rather than reactively, ensuring smoother sprints and fewer last-minute scrambles. In all these ways, generative AI doesn't replace human collaboration, it enhances it. By automating the administrative burdens and providing valuable insights, AI frees up your team to focus on what truly matters, which is solving problems, brainstorming ideas, and continuously improving. The result? More aligned, productive, and high-performing teams. To bring all this to life, let's take a look at some real-world examples of companies that have successfully integrated generative AI into their agile workflows. One company that stands out is IBM, which has leveraged its AI OpenScale platform to monitor and govern AI models in production. This platform provides real-time feedback on the performance of their AI models, allowing the teams at IBM to make quick adjustments based on real-world conditions. By using AI to oversee AI, IBM's development teams are able to maintain high-quality outputs and respond quickly to evolving user needs. This kind of adaptive learning is a perfect example of how Gen AI can complement Agile by allowing teams to continuously improve and optimize their outputs based on actual usage data. Another great example comes from Netflix. They use AI to manage their CI/CD pipeline, ensuring that new features are deployed smoothly and without disruptions. Netflix's AI monitors for bottlenecks and predicts potential system failures before they happen. This proactive monitoring allows the company to deploy updates more frequently while maintaining the stability of their platform, something that's critical when you're serving millions of users at any given time. In Netflix's case, the use of AI and delivery orchestration is crucial for achieving continuous delivery without sacrificing quality. GitHub Copilot is another standout example. While I've already mentioned its ability to assist with code writing, the real magic of Copilot lies in its ability to enhance collaboration between developers. By suggesting code snippets, Copilot reduces the cognitive load on developers, allowing them to focus more on problem solving and less on routine coding tasks. In teams that follow Agile principles, this AI-assisted development speeds up iteration cycles and enables developers to push out features more quickly without compromising on code quality. These real-world examples illustrate how generative AI isn't just a concept, it's a reality that companies are using today to enhance their agile practices. Whether it's for monitoring, development, or delivery, AI is transforming how teams work and creating new possibilities for innovation and efficiency. Now that we've seen some real-world examples of how Gen AI is being used, let's talk about how you can start integrating it into your own Agile workflows. there are a few best practices that can help ensure a smooth and successful implementation. First, it's important to start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire Agile process overnight. Instead, start by identifying a few low-risk areas where AI can have an immediate impact. This could be in things like automating test case generation, helping with backlog prioritization, or even using AI to assist with sprint planning. By starting with these manageable tasks, your team can become familiar with the AI tools. And begin to see the value without feeling overwhelmed. Equally important is team involvement. AI is most successful when the team embraces it as a tool to enhance their work, not replace it. Involve your team in the process from the beginning. Let them experiment with the AI tools and provide feedback on how the tools can be integrated into your existing processes. This helps to build early buy-in and ensures that the AI is seen as a partner in the work and not a competitor. Another key best practice is to establish a continuous feedback loop. Just like Agile itself, AI thrives on iteration. Monitor the AI's performance, gather feedback from the team, and make adjustments as needed. Regularly incorporating this feedback into your retrospectives will help you continuously improve your AI tools and ensure that they are delivering real value to the team. And finally, remember the importance of ethics and data integration, or data privacy. Generative AI relies on vast amount of data, and with that comes the responsibility to handle that data ethically. Make sure your AI tools are compliant with regulations and that they are used in ways that are transparent to both your team and your customers. This is critical to maintaining trust in the system and avoiding legal or reputational issues down the line. By following these best practices, starting small, involving your team, creating a feedback loop, and prioritizing ethics, you can ensure that your integration of generative AI into Agile is not only effective, but also sustainable in the long term. While we've gone through the benefits that Gen AI offers, we also need to be aware of the challenges and ethical considerations that also come with it. One of the first challenges is ensuring the accuracy of AI-generated outputs. Whether it's generating user stories, test cases, or code snippets, AI is not infallible. It's important that the outputs generated by AI are always reviewed and validated by the team. This human oversight ensures that the AI suggestions align with the project goals and don't introduce errors or efficiencies into the workflow. Another challenge is bias in AI machines. AI learns from historical data, and if that data contains biases, those biases can be reflected in the AI's outputs. For example, if AI is helping prioritize features based on past user feedback, it might unintentionally favor certain user groups or type of features over others. It's essential to regularly audit AI models and ensure that they are trained on diverse data sets to prevent biased outputs. Another concern is data privacy. AI systems often require large amounts of data to function effectively, and that data can sometimes include sensitive information. Organizations need to ensure that they are compliant with all regulations and that they have the necessary safeguards in place to protect user data. Being transparent about how data is used is also key to maintaining trust with your customers and your team. Finally, there's the challenge of balancing automation with human judgment. While AI can automate many repetitive tasks, it's important to remember that strategic decision-making, creativity, and innovation are still human domains. AI should enhance these abilities, not replace them. Teams should always have the first say when it comes to critical decisions, ensuring that AI remains a tool for augmentation, not a substitute for human intelligence. By being mindful of these challenges and ethical considerations, teams can fully harness the potential of AI while ensuring that their workflows remain fair, transparent, and aligned with their values. As we look to the future, the integration of generative AI and agile methodologies will only become deeper and more transformative. The exciting thing is that we're just at the beginning of this journey, and there's so much potential still to be unlocked. In the near future, we can expect AI to play an even larger role in real-time decision-making. AI will be able to analyze vast amounts of real-time data, everything from user behavior to market trends, and provide agile teams with instant feedback and recommendations. This will enable teams to adapt to changes in real time, ensuring they are always working on the most valuable tasks and staying aligned with shifting business priorities. Imagine AI helping teams to dynamically adjust sprint goals based on live data, enabling faster responses to market demands or user feedback. This level of agility will take teams to a new level of responsiveness. We'll also see a continued evolution in AI. We'll also see a continued evolution in AI-driven decision-making. AI will take a more central role in providing insights that guide everything from feature prioritization to capacity planning. It will do more than just offer suggestions. AI will help teams make data-driven decisions with far greater accuracy and speed. The role of the product owner will evolve as they shift to more tactical decision-making, allowing them to focus on strategic vision and ensuring that the team's direction aligns with the broader business goals. As AI tools become more advanced, we'll also see further integration into the CI/CD pipeline. AI will handle much of the orchestration around deployment and testing, allowing for continuous delivery that is both faster and more reliable. The ability to deploy updates with minimal risk and maximum confidence will become a standard feature of agile teams that have fully embraced AI. Perhaps one of the most exciting developments is the evolution of team roles. As AI takes over more of the repetitive tasks, team members will be freed to focus on more creative, strategic work. Developers, for instance, will have more time to explore innovative architectures or experiment with cutting-edge technologies, while product owners will be able to dive deeper into understanding user needs and aligning the project with business strategy. Scrum Masters will focus more on facilitating team dynamics and helping teams maximize their potential by leveraging AI tools effectively. In the end, the future of agile and generative AI is about collaboration between humans and AI. AI will not replace human roles, but it will act as a powerful augmentation tool that enables teams to work faster, think more creatively, and deliver more impactful products to their customers. This partnership between human creativity and AI-driven efficiency will shape the future of work. And the organizations that embrace it early will be the ones leading the charge in innovation. All right, I'd like now to open it up for any questions.
Well done, Jason.
Thank you.
How you been?
Good.
Good. I got a question. I was like, how do you do that in a closed system? You mentioned making sure that the training data isn't biased for
Yeah.
AI, which is really important. And like, at IBM, I assume you guys have your own thing. You don't have to answer that, but I assume you got your own thing, and you have access to your own data to make sure that it's unbiased to your best attempt. Like you mentioned, Otter AI and stuff like that.
Mhm.
earlier. How can like a smaller outfit or even an entrepreneur be sure that the data underneath is unbiased?
I think the best way is just really to analyze it. I mean, we need to really take advantage, I think, of what AI is offering us today and use it to our advantage. I mean, I know I mentioned Otter.ai, but I'm sure there's other programs that will allow us to do this. I mean, if we have it at our fingertips, why not use it at every level, not just at like IBM or larger companies?
No, I definitely
Yeah.
agree with that. I'm just, it just made me think, how do we ensure that the like OpenAI is no longer, you know, they're not a private company, so you don't have any access to their data.
Yeah.
It's just a question.
Okay. I mean, I can get back to you on that. I need to look into it a little bit more. But, yeah.
So you mentioned Jira and the automations
Mhm.
that you for backlog refinement,
Mhm.
which it blows my mind because when you're making decisions on what comes next, what's the next priority in these program increment planning sessions, have you used it?
I have it. I mean, I would like to.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, on my project, we are using GitHub right now, so we don't really have that capability, and I know the government's pretty hesitant to let us even use AI, so I mean...
Just imagine the different product owners, stakeholders,
Oh, I know.
think about priority when
Yeah.
there's actual data that you can pull out of what is more valuable for your customer.
Oh, I know.
Or what is more likely to be finished in one increment rather than carryover, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I mean, I know for my role, I can see it being a game changer if we could actually use it. I mean,
I know.
I spend hours after every PI planning just getting the users, just getting the stories into the system. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can just see all sorts of benefits if we could start using it.
There we go. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you mentioned the governance that IBM is currently doing. I remember learning about that in my training. So I was wondering if, at least from your perspective, because you've been on multiple projects, I would
Mhm.
assume, how has I guess, your government clients have they taken notice of that? Are they taking that as example for future legislation on AI at all? Or have there been conversations about that?
I've not been privy to any of those conversations, but I do know that the government is really starting to try to understand where we can use AI. Getting it implemented into higher level projects like that, though, I mean, there's a lot of red tape, and honestly, there's a lot of hesitancy about just being able to use it. I mean, I think they're afraid of the data that it might be able to access on that side and everything with that. So I mean, I think going forward, they're definitely going to be looking into it, but I just think it's going to take some time. Yeah. Any other questions? Dave, I'm surprised you don't have a question. You normally do.
No, I mean, I just was thinking through the different aspects of what you talked about. I definitely think, what I was thinking about, and it's a little bit what I was chatting about, and you had to decide on challenges, but, you know, you had team members who were like, no, I don't want to use AI.
Yeah.
I do it my own. It's like, this is the way I've done it. I've done it this way for 20 years, you know.
Always better than AI.
You know, and how do you overcome that? How do you win that over?
I mean, I guess it's just be similar to how you've won them over to even using just Agile in general. I mean, I know on my last project, when we were moving over to Agile, we had a lot of team members on there who'd been on IBM for 10, 20 years, and they were very resistant to change. I mean, the way that we did it really was just start introducing ideas slowly, have workshops, have Q&As, lunch and learns, things like that, really to start introducing the concept to the team. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I think it's important just to start small. You know, be like, hey, we're looking to integrate AI into our project. So let's just start by seeing how it works with like test case generation or something like that. And then just really giving them a bird's eye view just to see how it works. And hopefully, as they understand the technology more, they'll come around. Yeah.
I want to ask you a little bit of an off-the-wall question, but I'm going to set it up for you.
Okay.
In the room, I've got a couple of first-year students in here, so imagine being out of high school for a couple of months,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now put yourself a freshman in college, Have you ever stopped learning, and how have things changed since when you were a freshman to today? And you can just pick like one thing, like really big. See, I asked it for you, Dylan.
Since I was a freshman in college, or since I was a freshman in high school?
Freshman in college.
Freshman in college.
They're in week 8, midway through week 8 of their first year of college, which I applaud them for being here. They listened to me. They came to unlock some thoughts. So, how's it changed for you?
I mean, things have changed drastically, really, since I've been in college. I mean, I know when I was just first going through the program at FSU, we were really focused on Java development and things like that. And AI, I don't even think was even in the picture. I mean, this was way back in 2015. So a lot's changed really in the last 10 years, or 9 years, or however long it's been. But I mean, I would say the key is just to always be continuously learning. I mean, just because you have a college degree doesn't mean that you're going to come out of college and always know what's going on, because in the tech world, things change so quickly that if you don't stay on top of it, you'll be left behind real quick. So, I mean, I think that's just the best advice that I could have. Yeah. Any other questions?
Very similar question. If you were talking to a team that was performing software development, let's just say building an online application, and they're working waterfall, and you're like bringing Agile and Gen AI, let's say, to this brand new group of people, like what's something you would say that would get them excited? Like what's so cool to you that Agile and Gen AI can do?
I mean, really, I think coming from a waterfall perspective, it allows you really to be able to pivot. And I think that is essential, especially with a lot of the projects I've worked on. I mean, because when you're in the waterfall method, I mean, if you have a new requirement or something that comes down the line, it's not even included, and you're working in such an iterative cycle. So you're working on the documentation, and then you do the coding, and then you do the testing. I mean, Agile allows you to really focus on all of these aspects at once. I mean, documentation isn't as important in Agile, but it's still important. You know what I mean? And by being able to focus on all of these at once, and even if you throw Gen AI in there, I mean, it's really going to change, I think, a lot of how the teams work. I mean, even just talking about it now, where ChatGPT wasn't even a thing, 5 years ago, and now it's at the forefront of a lot of this tech. I mean, just looking at how things are going to change and really improve your workflows, I think, is really going to make a big difference.